All right, so to give you a taste of Seasons of Grace, me I go to day one. So let's see if we can go through day one quickly. All right, so day one, it starts with the pit, when life feels unfair. So the study is found in Genesis 37, verse 23 to 24. So you have a verse where you can study from for that day. So when Joseph came to his brothers, they stripped him of his robe. And this is something vital. His father favored him. So he did have this robe of many colors. Remember the robe there? And all of we have this thing, this discernment, this purpose that God put upon we. That our robe. See, the ornate robe he was wearing, and they took him and threw him into the cistern. The cistern was empty. There was no water in it. Remember say, his other brothers wanted to unalive him. They did want to be done with him. They don't want him existing because they saw a purpose where they never understand. And then we in Jamaica would say bad mind. They had this feeling, I have to get rid of this person in order for me find my purpose. And people do feel this way. Them feel like say because you're purposeful or because like you're elevating a life, they think that is going to affect their lives, not understanding that everyone walks their own path. But anyway, there was another brother there who, for some reason, I know it was God who spoke to that brother's heart and said, no, let's not unalive him. You know what we're going to do? We are going to dash him down in the pit. And that's what they did. They threw him in the pit. The pit before the promise. A lot of us are going through this. Some of us are in the pit. And while you go through this prayer journal, I want you to mirror it with your life, because that's what I had to do. That's what my friends had to do when they got this. And it has bear fruit to things I never thought was possible. Joseph's story is one of betrayal, suffering, and ultimately the divine elevation. His own brothers, the people closest to him, stripped him of his robe and threw him into a pit. This wasn't just a hole in the ground. It represented rejection, isolation, and the loss of everything he was familiar with. Sometimes in your life, you see, we're so familiar with what we're used to, with the stories that we were told, with the life where we live, that we settle for stay with a man and we have beat the daylights out of it. We settle for stay with the family where they mean we every day. We settle with the job where really don't fulfill us. We settle for a life that does not speak true for us. Why? Because it's familiar, because of that we know. And most time we're so fearful of what God has prepared for us. And when my guide we forgot to, we say, you know what? Yeah, I want better, but me used to this here, so let me stay. Let me stay because it's familiar. And sometimes you see, God have to put you in a one pit before you meet your promise. Mirror this with your life for me. That's why I want you to study it. Many of us have felt like Joseph at some point. Me know me do. Betrayed, abandoned, thrown in a season where you feel stuck, forgotten, or without direction. But you see, order your steps, God guide you. You're not supposed to plan. When we learn from Joseph's pit, the pit was not the end of Joseph's story, and it is not the end of yours. Not everyone will celebrate your calling. You want me to say it again? I know everybody are going to celebrate your calling. And everybody are going to know say purpose the over your life and celebrate with you. Them are going to bad mind you and ready at you. Because they understand say them have their own purpose too. They're only tunnel vision on yours. Because them scared say them want to elevate. However, they don't want to elevate past them. But when God is in control, favor finds you. Joseph had a dream. God gave him one dream. Because he don't want him to give up. So God give him one look of vision for show him say, make them go and do what them a do. Make we trick them. But you see, more you to see how you feel while me a give you a vision here. More you to feel the elevation when me about to give you. In a linear time, it might take a couple years, but stick through it. So God gave Joseph a dream. But his brother, them never liked the dream when he get, because immediately ego came in. And who him went thinking better than we? What kind of dream is that? I thought about him I got rule over we. You see, the people around you, they can't handle the greatness that God has placed inside of you. Not outside of you, you know. Inside you. Anybody can take what inside of you that is embedded within your DNA. When God thought of you may talk to. We are go through the darkness and the Joseph season. When God thought of the essence of that which you are, God embedded within your DNA God's love and divine favor. You never strip from it. As you grow and start listening to the outside world and the entities that are, the ones who see your purpose before you see it, you start to calcify the light where God placed in you. That's why you feel like you're in a darkness. And the dark corner where you're in there because God wants you to be the light that shines from within the dark place where you're there. Stick a pin. I want you to get a mirror and look at yourself and say, yes, I'm here to talk to. Now, the stripping process is necessary. Joseph represented favor. It represented his identity and his promise. The promise where God gave him. When his brothers tore it off, it seemed like everything was being taken away from him. But they could strip his robe, but not his destiny. Remember me tell about the GPS? When God keyed something for you already, and no matter how people distract you and how things happen and slow you down, them cannot change your destination. This is what I mean. What God had planned for him could not be stolen. Sometimes God allows certain things to be taken from us, not to punish us, but as preparation. Wait. You hear me say? The video I did before talk about this, about the butterfly state. Yeah, gotta prepare for something else. The pit is a setup, not a sentence. Stick with me. I want you to get your own copy because you might not want to do this with me through a video, but I want you to taste it. The pit is a setup, not a sentence. The pit was never meant to be Joseph's final destination. It was a passageway to his palace. Your current struggles are not your permanent state. God is using them to reposition you for something greater. You want to reflect on that? The person we're in your life like one tan right now and you can't take them and you wake up every day and say, God, why me? Why make they hate me so? Sometimes God have to use people who is familiar with you, people who you care dearly and love in order to move you. Because only them one could have moved you. Somebody will hurt you so much you'll look on you and say, no, sir, this is not possible. Because where you are settling and God said, no, you're not for settle. Me have more prepared for you and want you to move. Sometimes it come as your family. Sometimes the people that we love the most. The man where you take up, the woman where you take. Sometimes all your pitney. Sometimes somebody in your workplace where you say, this is the only good work me ever have. And me want the position there and God work out something for somebody come bad mind and you lose the work. Because God said, me don't want you to do this so. Me I move you, put you over there so you go start your own business. Understand. The pit is not a setup. Not a sentence. God, I prepare for something. God is with you even in the pit. Now the cistern was empty. There was no water in it. That I wish back then dash him in the pit. But Joseph was not alone. Even in the dark place, God was still orchestrating his next step. I have some story to tell you about God and the orchestration of step. Hold on. As we summarize today's study, take a minute and reflect on your own life. Can you recall a moment in your life when you faced a situation that was set up and meant for your downfall that ended up being your victory? Me can't tell you. Enough. You can tell me too. What was meant for bad for you? When it done, you realize, wait, the devil did a plan for me, but God did a trick the devil for push me, for move me to my best. That's how God works. God has always had a plan for you. The next time someone shows they have bad intention, ask yourself, what is God using them to show me now? Somebody asked me the other day, Nico, you go through things. Me say everything will happen bad. Me start peel through it and dig it up. Like when you dig up one whole sour fruit. Because me want to see the good way I come out of it. Me don't care about the bad. Bad can't hurt my spirit. But me know so everything that comes to me as bad, me know so God a tricky devil. So me not talk, Me just start investigate it and observe it and say, hey, this a go on. But what in this, what God a try teach me. Yeah, that's how we need to reflect on. And I think this one ends with hold on to faith. If you feel like you've been thrown into a pit, abandoned, misunderstood, or stripped of something valuable, remember that the pit is just for a transition. You see the energy that you are? We learned this in a science. Anybody who did science, we learned this, but we didn't know it was talking about us. Energy is not created or destroyed. It just changes form. That's you. That's how powerful you are. You are energetic. You're not just one body. You're not just flesh and bone. Always remember that when you go through struggle. It does not define you. God is still writing your story. Just as Joseph's pit led to his promotion, your current situation is setting you up for the promise God has in store. And here it ends with additional study where you can study. And all of these daily studies ends with a quote or something with touching to me. It says, trust the process. Your pit is not permanent. Stay faithful. Even in isolation, God is working behind the scenes. Hold on to the dream God gave you. No one can take away what He has ordained for your life. You see, I'm sitting down and do this video this morning because this is what me and my friend them did. You don't understand. No, we go to the action step. There's Bible reflection, there's life application, and then we end with a prayer. Lord, when I feel abandoned and lost, remind me that you are always with me. Help me trust that even my darkest moments are part of your plan. Your palace is ahead. Just keep walking in faith. And action step is write down one painful experience you face, then reflect on how it might be preparing you for something greater. I know all I want to have this, want to get this free. Write it down. Write down one painful experience you faced before or you're facing now, but it still affect you. Reflect on how it might be preparing you for something greater, because God no make nothing happen to you where I go break you. Now, this is the first day reflection on Joseph's story from Seasons of Grace. Get a copy on Amazon. Type in my name, Nikisha Burrell, on Amazon, and you'll get a copy. If you're in Brooklyn, I have copies here. Every time you can get it. Probably I'll gift it. Whatever the case is, message me. Have yourself a wonderful, God-blessed day. Your season is only preparing you for something greater. I'm gone. Bye.